across the Village Media Network and now available wherever you get your favorite podcasts. This is Trillium Talk, a weekly look inside Ontario politics at Queen's Park with our team from the Trillium. Excited to have back with us this week reporter Charlie Pinkerton. Welcome back, Charlie. Good as always to see you.
Thanks, Scott. Always happy to do this.
Charlie, let's kick it off this week east of Toronto in the small town of Brighton, where a lobbying firm put the brakes on its contract with the municipality. They were hired to try to secure some water infrastructure funding, but it wasn't the firm's expertise that got them the job. Maybe pick the story up from there.
Yeah, so this story that we reported this week about what happened in Brighton is very strange and it was a sort of wild 3-day ride, really. On Monday, the municipality, so its council, it had a item before it at its council meeting to hire a lobbying firm called Atlas Strategic Advisors that we have reported on before. It's led by the former principal secretary to Premier Doug Ford. His name is Amin Massoudi, to essentially help it obtain funding to upgrade its wastewater plant, which the province itself is requiring. And the municipality feels as though it needs, tens of millions of dollars or else it'll be very, very badly in the red, which would be a big problem for it. And so at its council meeting on Monday, a few councillors made some very, very interesting comments, as I'll put it. The local MPP later referred to them as derogatory, but they included talking about how they were getting these lobbyists for their, backroom specialization. And another councillor said something along the lines of that he doesn't like that this government, referring to the province, talks to his friends more than others, but Brighton, might as well get in on the action. And after a very short debate on Monday night, the council voted, it was a 5-1 vote with one councillor abstaining, to sign a contract with Atlas for up to 6 months, up to $60,000. The municipality has never enlisted a lobbying company to advocate to the province for it before. This is pretty rare across the province. There's roughly 14 of the 444 municipalities that have current lobbyists working for them. And that sort of set off a chain of events that did not end well on Wednesday night.
And now, Housing Minister Paul Calandra has weighed in with some very pointed and direct comments of his own.
Mm-hmm. So what happened on Wednesday night was ultimately, after a local newsletter in Brighton reported on this, there was a series of Facebook arguments, including the mayor. There was a lot of internal discussion by councillors, and Atlas, the lobbying firm, pulled the plug on Wednesday. On Thursday, the NDP brought this up in question period, and that led Paul Calandra to essentially advise municipalities not to hire lobbyists. He said in some cases that but this is okay when they do have technical expertise, but otherwise, he gave a very straightforward message to the lower level governments that this is not the way to get things done under this government. Unlike Brighton clearly thought, opposition MPPs, they had a lot of very critical comments saying the government has set the expectation that this is what you must do by essentially hiring insiders to talk to the government for you. And Paul Calandra, the housing minister, was very much trying to distance the government from that idea.
And this lobbying firm, Atlas, that you speak of, Charlie, certainly no stranger to controversy involving the Ford government, at least the individual who runs it.
Indeed, yeah. So, we reported back last, I believe it was June, that the Integrity Commissioner's Office was looking into Atlas. Amin Massoudi, who of course heads it up, who worked in the Premier's office until August 2022, I believe it was, and has worked by way of a contract with the government for about the year after that. He was one of the members of the, I guess you can put it, infamous Las Vegas trip that played a part in the Greenbelt scandal. So he is a very well-known person in Queen's Park Circle, and certainly not a stranger to controversy in recent months.
All right, let's shift gears, Charlie, to healthcare. The province currently in arbitration talks with the Ontario Medical Association, the body that represents physicians, and the government certainly didn't score any points to help move that process along, with comments surrounding how hard doctors work.
Mm-hmm. So that came out of some of these arbitration filings. We were actually talking about this in our office yesterday about what to make of this. That seems to be I guess I'll put it, at least a theory of the province's argument in trying to strike this deal with doctors, that because they're getting paid more, they aren't working as hard. What that is based on is some studies that we surely don't have the time to dive into the specific details of, but yes, it's certainly a part of this larger process that they're going through to settle this agreement with the province's doctors.
So in terms of this process, Charlie, what exactly are the sticking points, and how far apart would you say the two sides are?
It's sort of hard to tell in these kind of negotiating processes how far apart sides are. Sometimes these things, can take weeks, months. Sometimes they can be settled overnight. And so you're going to see both sides come out with, sort of every argument possible to make their case. The point from the province that, or at least the argument that it may be that doctors aren't working as hard as they used to, is one item. Doctors, of course, want, they want what they feel is justified as fair pay. Many items here, and it's just something that I think we'll see more movement on soon, given how much this has, been a focus of late.
All right. For the most comprehensive coverage of Ontario politics anywhere, log on and become a Trillium Insider today. You can do just that at thetrillium.ca. Reporter Charlie Pinkerton. Thanks for this, Charlie. As always, have a great week.
No problem. Anytime, Scott. You too.